We're going to disclose our patient's teeth and do a plaque index. The first thing that we would want to do is dry our patient's teeth. I'm going to start in quadrant 2. I'm going to make sure that I use air to dry the teeth. This just removes the saliva so that I get a better staining from the disclosing solution. I want to use air rather than a 2x2 because if I use a 2x2, I'll be wiping the plaque off of the teeth and then I don't get a proper plaque index. If a patient's teeth are too sensitive to blow air, we wouldn't use any drying at all. We would simply apply our disclosing solution. We're then going to take disclosing solution and we'd put it on the teeth. If our patient had any veneers or anterior composites, we would place a little Vaseline on that particular tooth, keeping our retraction. Then we would take our disclosing solution and put a generous amount on the teeth. We don't want anterior composites or any porcelain with disclosing solution, so we place Vaseline. I'm going to ask my patient to stay open, and I'm going to grab my mirror. Using my indirect vision, I'm going to place disclosing solution all over the rest of the teeth. We want to put a generous amount, and you just swipe it on very quickly. You don't have to do each tooth individually. Just make sure you get them all. Once they've been disclosed, we ask our patient to remain open. We're going to take our air-water syringe and our saliva ejector and give the patient a nice rinse. When we apply our disclosing solution and do our plaque indexing, we can either do one quadrant at a time, we could do one arch at a time, or we could do the whole mouth. Once we have our disclosing solution on, we're going to look and we're going to see where there's plaque. We're then going to do our rating for our plaque index. A 0, meaning 0 plaque on the tooth. A 1 is any speck up to a third of the tooth. A 2 is a third of the tooth to 2/3 of the tooth being covered. Each buccal reading will take in the buccal and kind of the mesial and distal in this buccal reading. A 3 is 2/3 of the tooth to full coverage. We want to make sure that we mark this down on our plaque indexing record sheet.